Good evening, everybody, and welcome to StatCheck episode 145. This is WTC Draft, Enter the Matrix announcements, and Psyops. As always, we know that the most important part of that is the Psyops. So everything else that we say from here, you can assume that is wrong and that we're lying to you. But we would never do that because we're StatCheck and we're very professional in all the things we do, as everybody knows. I hope everybody's doing well on this fine Tuesday evening. I have been flying over the moon since pod draw. It's been great. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm blessed on this blessed day to not be Germany. And it's great. Everything's wonderful. Anthony, how you feeling?
You're muted.
Fighting the mute button. I'm doing good. Feeling good. This is probably the most confident I've been at this point in any of the given years that have gone. So we're feeling pretty good when we look out across the world's metas at the wider rest of the everything. I feel pretty good about our chance of success.
Glorious. It's my favorite thing to hear. A confident Anthony is an Anthony very close to being humbled or correct, and I'm happy with either of those things.
The humbled will happen eventually, I'm sure, but yet, thus far, so good.
Hell yeah, dude. Glad to hear it. It's been an interesting couple of months of the prep up and lead into WTC, but we are all here feeling good, feeling ready, excited to be talking about all of our takes, our pod draws, and everything else. I've got some content coming out tomorrow talking about the Gene Cut list of the tournament, my thoughts on some of the divergences people have made on the 11 host of Essential list of the tournament, which was wild to me. 11 host of Essential players. There were only like 4 of us total. I'm like, no, apparently.
Not when WTC rolls around.
Like, yeah, exactly. Everyone's a Gene Cup player when WTC's around. That's apparently the way of things. So yeah, we have a bunch of announcements to make today. We have some really fun stuff coming up in about half an hour for you. We'll be doing our WTC draft. We have a few special guests joining us who are soon to not technically be special guests. I think that's the main point that we're going to be getting onto. So yeah, we'll be got some announcements there about Enter the Matrix, which you can look forward to there. And we have all the usual Psyops stuff. We don't have a ton of stats for this week because everybody decided to dive into a WC rabbit hole. Jeremy is taking some time off, so we will have stats for you when we have them. But we have some quick hits from Nathan, so we'll be going through those shortly. But otherwise, before we do that, let's do the how's your week's been? Nathan, how you been, man? How you getting on? I know you took some time, but how's life going? How's life treating you?
I'm doing great. I took some time off last week so I could go to a metal concert and blow out what was left of my hearing, essentially, which was great. I saw Bloody Wood in concert, which everybody should go give them a listen if you like metal music. They're a South Asian heavy metal band, and they come to the United States infrequently, so it's cool to hear them. And then in 40K adjacent news, I received a box full of all my new Space Wolf sculpts today, so that was fun. I rapidly built an R-Jack and then put a helmet on him, which will make a bunch of people very upset. I did also see Baby Metal in concert, Henry P., but I was really only there to see Bloody Wood and had no idea who Baby Metal really was.
I hear Baby Metal's a banger of a live show, dude.
So I felt like I was way out of my depth for Baby Metal because there was like a call and like response thing going on with the audience during their songs. And I was like, I don't know what any of this shit is, but the crowd is really fucking into it and having an actual blast. And the show was great. It was a great show. And then
That's
Ginger
awesome.
was the other band that was there. Which was not somebody I was very familiar with, but had heard about. So I was having a great time with it. That was great. Too old for moshing, but I did stand close and get my ears blown out through loops, which was kind of nice.
Nice.
And then I've been playing some practice games with Space Wolves, which has been fun. A friend of mine played Gene Stealer Colton to me while I played Space Wolves, and we learned a lot about that matchup, which was fun. Otherwise, just kind of tooling around, painting, practicing Space Wolves, and playing some Tyranid stuff and kind of seeing where we end up with how armies are going to go. But overall, good. Things are going fine, although being unemployed has turned out to be a lot busier than I originally expected it to be for the most part. I find myself crazy busy all the time, pretty consistently. Being unemployed is really just a lot of shit to do.
Yeah. It's because you suddenly have all time to do all the stuff you were putting off, right? That's the
kind of
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, I can go to the gym now and I can do all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden you find yourself with the equivalent of a full-time job during all the other stuff, basically.
Yep.
And then searching for work, and then I got randomly selected for a federal unemployment program that requires a bunch of mandatory nonsense. So, fun things today. Like,
Yay.
I woke up at 7:30 this morning for a call that took 5 seconds, and I was like, great. Thank
Thanks.
you for making me wake up to answer a questionnaire that could have been an email or an online form I filled out, guys. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's about
I'll
it.
very quickly do a thank you to that one guy, John, for the $5 super chat. Content for the content gods. I love you guys and all you do. Can't wait for Innis to learn me lag. Go to my smooth brain. Lag is great for the smooth brain. It's real,
It's true.
real apply chainsword to face. So
Made a mistake, advance and charge out of it. Something got tagged, fall back and act. It'll be all right.
Opponent had units, not anymore.
Yeah. Past tense.
Past tense on all units.
How about yourself, Anthony? How's the WTC struggle been for you? How's
I am.
your weird ass Angron list, bro? What's up?
I am real tired. I am exhausted. I think I've been in Discord the last week from like 9 or 8 a.m. until like 1 or 2 a.m. Not p.m. a.m. on both of those. So that's been fun and interesting and exciting. I love the innovation that goes along with list submission week.
It's been a living hell.
It's been fine. It's been fine. It's good. It is better to find the problems that exist before the lists are locked, and I will live.
Number of times we took Chris's Chaos Knight off him and then gave it back to him.
It's
And then
okay.
took it off him and
It's,
then gave it back to him.
it's
And then
fine.
took it off him and gave it back to him.
Look, Chris dealt with that a lot more harshly than Ganyo did. It's okay. So I'm feeling good. It feels great. I am playing the best world leader list you can write in Berserker Warband. The others are all pretenders that are doing their best and failing, for they are carrying between 300 and 600 points of dead weight fucking loser garbage around in the form of a 50 point per model 8 bound. Holy fucking moly, what a scam people
Bond
playing.
has any of those, does he?
Who?
Tanker doesn't have any.
Tanker doesn't. That's true. Tanker has no useless ass dead wheat fucking hobo 8 bound. But across the world, many are still in the scam, the thrall, the psyop of the 8 bound. And I too fell for it for a while. But once you are freed from the chains of these terrible fucking units, you can see what world leaders can truly be. Yeah, it's good. It's exciting times.
You've got, just to confirm, Angron, 2 Mauler Fiends, and 2 Forge Fiends.
Correct.
And you are
And-
not the only 2 Mauler Fiends on the USA roster this year.
Correct. And 2 Berserker units. The MOE is back
less
and
than
here to
Tanker.
fuck around. I had a game yesterday where he whopped 21 damage onto a big knight. Absolutely hilarious. Not what the average is. Still really funny.
Doesn't matter what the average is. What matters is what happened to that guy in this game.
Yep, that's true. So yeah, watch out. Be afraid of the fury of the American tech. Honestly, I have to give John basically all the credit for the Mauler Fiends. I wish I could say it was me and my unmitigated genius that led me back to these beautiful boys, but it was 100% John Lennon's persistent bullying about trying them. So yeah, it's great. It's a good time. It's not as strong as the index was. That's okay though. You know, it's better than what the other options are in the codex. So we got
You
that
wanna
going for us.
do, real quick, what's the USA's comp this year? We don't need any details. Just what it is and how you feel about your pod.
So it's literally every Chaos faction and also Space Wolves. That's it. That's the comp.
Yeah, but come
Reasonable,
on then.
fair.
And Jinsu Cult.
Oh yes, and GSC. My bad. We have World Leaders, EC, Death Guard, T-Suns, CSM. We didn't take CK. We didn't take Demons. Those are allies.
CK are allied into your
Yeah. Oh, the Demons are allies in our CSM.
Into your CSM.
And then we have GSE, Space Wolves, and Eldar. So, yep, that's it.
One of each of everyone else, and
Chaos reigns supreme. So, yeah, it's a good time. We're feeling really good about the way everything came out. We were super nervous. I mean, Ennis can attest to it. We were super nervous on the lead up, and then the minute list went live, we were like, "Oh shit, we did it!" So yeah.
everyone's experience every year though. So fingers.
No,
crossed.
that is not my experience every year. Usually I go, "Oh no, fuck that thing, no!" But not this time, bitch.
Turns out that last minute Let's Play 300 games against Infernal Lands paid off.
Yes, it did. So yeah, we got there. I feel really good.
Your pod is yourselves, Denmark, Bulgaria, and Israel, I believe.
Correct. Really excited to play Denmark. Again, this is our third year in a row that we'll be playing them. I really enjoy those guys. So, yeah, looking forward to a run back. That's another team with a dedicated World Eater pilot. So, gotta show love to the teams that are brave enough to have someone that's job it is to also play World Eaters.
Put Joel in the Demonkin versus Berserker Warband. Show him why that detachment's ass.
Sweden's not brave enough to do that. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to be the American WTC 40K team going to Leoben. Not to be American in general.
Hey, there are like 4 other teams that
Reasonable
can the
info.
American WTC team going to Leoben. So specifically saying that you're the Team America USA team going to America.
Yeah, there we go. That, fine, fair enough. So yeah, it's good. We're feeling good. We stuck to our guns on Emperor's Children. Yeah, James Workshop knew. Year of Chaos is us. We stuck to our guns on Emperor's Children. We're not a bunch of cowards.
It's probably
What'd
worth
you say?
quickly touching. What are the detachments for your 8 lists? So Emperor's Children is.
Oh, you gonna make me do this again?
Yeah.
All right, so we got Coterie the Conceited, Berserker Warband.
One Lennon. There you go. Berserker
Oh, you
Warband,
need
World Eaters,
names?
Anthony. Yeah, go for it.
Oh
I
God,
believe in you.
fuck.
I want to make someone's. I want to hurt someone's feelings.
Oh no, Psype is playing Thousand Suns, playing Grand Coven. Andrew Gagno is playing Death Guard, playing Mortarian's Hammer. Nick Nanavati is playing Eldar, playing Warhost. Not Armored Warhost, just Warhost, which is a thing I click incorrectly every time I open the app. We have Sam Pope playing GSC. If you believe that NIDs are good, I would invite you to read the headline of his WTC list.
Playing Ghost of Ascension.
Yes, he is playing Host of Ascension GSC. Folger Piles is playing Chaos Colts,
That's what
CSM.
I like to say out loud.
Yeah, ACDC spam. Just, God's lessons are so beautiful. Our boy
The sheet has never been okay, and it never will be.
Every team should just have someone that's that guy. That's the ACDC guy.
Just
every
meta game, you should have one guy that just asks the question, what if we just played ACDC?
What if we did it again? Surely this time it's bad. And they will be
Never.
incorrect most of the time.
Never, it's no.
So that's it.
Hell yeah. Sounds like a fun comp. Look forward to seeing how it does. As for ourselves, we have a wonderful team comp. We have myself on Gene Sukkot playing Host of Ascension. We have Bruce Duffy playing CSM Chaos Cult. We have Chris Irvine playing Death Guard with a Chaos Knight Despoiler. We have Stuart Robertson playing Thousand Sons Grand Coven. And those are the only 4 lists that are identical to the USA's. Then we have... Hey, they're not identical. Well, some war gear stuff. We have Larry Martin playing Blood Angels Liberator Assault Group. We have Ryan Carr playing Subterranean Assault Tyranids because we still like it, and we have a Norn. I'm proud of that Norn. That Norn has been really, really annoying. God, I hate killing Norns. We have Matt Edmonds playing... I want to see he ended up on Star Shatter Necrons. And then... Oh, God, who's our last snowflake? Oh, we have Scott McCutcheon playing 12 Bulgrin and 30 Kazarkin in Combined Arms Guard. Our pod is almost the same as last year. We have the Netherlands, ourselves, Switzerland, and Luxembourg. We played all 3 of those teams last year, 2 of them in pod.
Yay!
So we get a chance for revenge against the Netherlands, which we're very much looking forward to. We've played against the Netherlands a few times this year. And then we get to play Luxembourg, who are just a great group of guys. And we get to play the Swiss again. And that was awesome. I had a really great game with Will Foreman last year. I'm very much excited to... it's really nice when you get when we get it for us as a tier 2 team. And we were saying this last time we were watching the pod draw with the USA guys, that it's a very different experience as a full 1 seed and a full 2 seed getting your pod draw, because we're just there shitting bricks the entire time. And Anthony's like, I hope we get to play some fun players.
Yep, that's true. Correct.
So we got the nice thing of we got a tier 3 team that's going to challenge us, that's going to make us work for it, and a tier 1 seed that we could beat. And that is like the perfect combination of motivation to push before the event to keep everybody firing on all cylinders that I think we need to like roll into this event feeling strong. I'm very happy with our comp. I'm very happy with our players. And yeah, now it's just a case of making sure we hit our nose to the grindstone and really getting everything ready and good to go.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I don't want Spatho to feel left out. Spatho is playing Stormlance Space Wolves before.
You did forget someone. Did
I didn't forget him, but you were raring to go, and I was like, just do your thing, man. You had the list pulled up. I could see you reading off it. Oh, it's fine. So, yeah. It is worth noting that I was pretty excited we got Denmark because they're a really strong Pool 2 team, because I think in general it's really dangerous as a Pool 1 team. If the Pool 2 you end up with is like on a rebuild year or something, it's really easy to go into the post pod rounds really lax, and that's not great. You'd like to be focused and sharp.
You want that Friday night game to really keep you working for it.
Yes, correct. I'd like to be alert afterwards.
All right, guys, we're gonna like actually test tipping point for a bit.
Yeah. It's Hammer, isn't it?
Yes, it is Hammer.
Boom. Tried to trick me. Didn't work.
Sorry, that round 1 supply drop for us against our Pool 3 seed is stressful.
Oh, it's great. I'm so excited.
You guys get to play a nice easy one for that one against your Pool 4 seed. So
Correct.
it's a shame.
I also just love supply drop. Any mission where you get no victory points for holding your home field is a good mission.
That's why I like hidden supplies. Round 1 and 2, hidden supplies and supply drop.
Yep.
We should play 6 rounds of hidden supplies. Let's do that. That'd be way more fun.
6
Sure.
rounds of hidden supplies.
Fine with me.
Round 1 supply drop, then 6 hiddens.
Go nuts.
All right. Nathan, you have about 10 minutes to elucidate on stats and stat-based accessories.
I don't really need 10 minutes. All I'm going to
That's
say
fine.
is
You have it. So we'll prevaricate after that. But
all I'm going to say is that Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights won 33% of the events over the weekend last weekend.
that's too many. That's more than
which is just too many events. It was 3 each. They won a ton of events. It's probably a problem, like an issue, maybe a balance problem of sorts that that our giant heavy walkers that tower over the meta are in fact towering over the meta just actually in execution as well. Imperial Knights are probably one of the few S tier armies at the moment, just looking at the stats, especially when I looked at the stats for basically the data slate as a whole. They are above and beyond just doing great. In singles, mind you, so this doesn't have as much bearing on all the WTC talk, although it kind of tells us a little bit about it. I mean, everybody took one of the other high-performing factions, which was Death Guard, right? So,
yeah, we have 42 teams playing Death Guard.
Yeah, when I was fortunate and co-hosted Art of War Down Under with Adam Camilleri, did like a stats review very briefly on Sunday. So we didn't quite catch this last weekend, but we did everything prior for Chapter Approved 25-26, and like your big factions essentially at the moment are Imperial Knights, Death Guard, and Thousand Suns, kind of at the top of everything. And then after that, it's a little bit of a crapshoot. So you should go check that out if you kind of want a meta review at some point. But I don't know. If you look at it, I have a feeling that the next few weeks are going to be a lot of me saying, yeah, Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights won of a lot of events over the weekend and are currently our highest performing factions, at least for singles. And I feel like I'll be saying that in perpetuity for a while. At least until something is done. Like, hopefully hopefully we see some kind of a slight adjustment at least to Imperial Knights going forward, but we'll see what happens.
God, I hope so.
I mean, Chaos Knights as well, bro. This is not just an Imperial problem.
True. Chaos Knights also need an adjustment. Free OC5 sticky might be a little absurd. Just put it out there.
A bit of a problem.
Just a tiny bit. You know, we'll find out how much more of a problem over the next few weeks since we don't have a ton of data for CK yet, but CK and IK are doing too good. And hopefully what they do is they just take all of what they did for changes for Imperial Knights and just yeet it into the sky and make it so that people kind of just have to get used to the idea that Knight chassis might be different characteristics for a little while. Y'all were able to track different space
Big Knight should be P9 and have less wounds, I think. I think that's
Ooh. I don't know. Whoa. Let's not go too fast. But yeah, definitely something needs to happen. Whether that's reverting rules or reverting points, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it happens sooner rather than later. That's
maybe
kind of my
they
stats
didn't
update.
need points dropped because they got side grades and durability.
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't even think it's a side grade in durability when you consider additional wounds plus their.
Yeah, might have been an upgrade. Yep.
Might not have been that big of a problem when you add 4 extra wounds, and with the feel no pain, you know, those become.
Can we just ban
wounds.
forward rolling comp play again? No one plays Custodies anyway. Like, I don't even buy that argument anymore.
Yeah, I think there might have been some errors made. I think they could have just, I don't know, there's a lot they could have done, but they didn't, and we're here for now, and that's all that matters, and I don't want to think about the alternatives because we're in WTC season.
It's true. We can move out of singles talk and single stats now and just shift entirely over to WTC stats
All right.
and
So
prevarications
here,
instead.
let's start with the first one, which is I have the faction stats for WTC, which I want to do this layout. Nope.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know this layout.
There we go.
Nailed
There
it.
we go. Too many buttons. All right. So here we have the WT faction breakdown. So for in order, we have Death Guard with 40 players out of 42 teams, with every single seed having exactly 10 teams that brought it. So there are 2 pool 4
Who'd have
seeds that
thought?
didn't bring it. And shout out to those guys for being like just the Empire's strongest soldiers. They were like, we refuse to play the Stinky Man. We could not find Fed bloat drones. And we're just not doing it. We have Space Marines with 9 in every single bracket. There was 1 team per tier that didn't bring Space Marines and 3 in tier 4. Chaos Knights 7, 7, 7, and 8. Imperial Knights 8, 9, 4, and 7. The Imperial Knights really getting let down by that bracket 3 teams, not bringing them very much. Thousand Suns 8 in bracket 1. Bracket 2 C2 teams not bringing a ton of Imperial Knights. Apologies. Thousand Suns 6 at tier 1, 9 at tier 2, 5 at tier 3, and 8 at tier 4. Necrons 5, 7, 4, and 8. Eldari with 20 total at 7, 2, 6, and 5. Very popular among the tier 1 teams, not so much among the C2s. Leagues of Votann 16 with 6, 2, 3, and 5. Again, very popular among the tier 1 teams. Very specifically, like the Necrons and Eldar and Votann are much more popular among the tier 2s than other ones. I think it's probably the biggest differentiator along them and Chaos Space Marines. Ashram Eltarum 2, 5, 4, 4, much more popular among C2s. Same thing with Tyranids with 1, 5, 5, 1, 5, 5, and 4. Gene Star Cults 13 total, which is crazy to me. 2 at Seed 1, 5 at Seed 2, 3 and 3 down the line. Chaos Space Marines 5, 3, 3, and 1. Almost half of the Chaos Space Marine players at the tournament are in Seed 1. World Eaters 3, 2, 2, and 2. Heartbreaking to see one off Corn's number there. Anthony, I think you need to go and like take one of those guys out back and get rid of them.
It'll be Taos.
That's it needs to be one of the Seed 1 guys. So.
Oh, they're not Seed 1 yet, I suppose.
Exactly. Sisters 2, 3, 1, and 1. Emperor's Children 7 total with 1, 1, 2, and 3. Orcs 0 at Seed 1. Or 1 at Seed 1, 0 at Seed 2, 1 at Seed 3, and 3 at Seed 4. Much more popular among the Seed 4 teams. Tau Empire 0, 0, 1, and 3 for 4 total. Almost all of which were at Tier 4. Adeptus Mechanicus 1, 1, 1, and then none at Seed 4. So much more popular among the higher seed teams, but realistically just a few people bringing them. And then Grey Knights at 0 at Seed 1, 1, 1, and 1 at Seeds 2, 3, and 4. And then no Imperial Agents across the event. Lots of them in as allies, but we didn't track allies. Then we have real quick, I'm going to switch over to the pod draw. Thank you to Breaking Heads for doing the pods. So this is what we'll be using for our draft. And I'm going to run through the way the draft goes when we have the rest of the guys joining, but I'm starting to see some people filtering into the down section. So we'll introduce everyone in a bit. But yeah, for the time being, this is the pod draw. So there's 1 tier 1 team, 2, 3, 4, and onwards throughout the pods. The rounds will be their tier 1s and tier 4s will play in round 1, and the tier 2 and 3s will play in round 1. That is tipping point supply drop. Round 2 will be the tier 1 playing the tier 3 and the tier 2 playing the tier 4, which is Hammer and Anvil Hidden Supplies. And then round 3 will be the tier 1 playing the tier 2 and the tier 3 playing the team 4, which is Hammer and Anvil Take and Hold. And those are some of the exciting ones. So what are some of the standout pods and draws for you guys? What are you excited to see here?
Germany and Belgium, obviously.
We are all Belgium on this blessed day. Everyone out there just rooting real hard for Liam VSL.
Every year, everyone's like, Belgium, get them, no matter who their pool 1 seed is.
I'm really intrigued to see how Thailand and New Zealand do this year. To be fair, New Zealand in particular feels
I'm
like
rooting for
a tier 1 team.
New Zealand and Belgium to shiv their way up through. Who is it? I think there's like one team that's like actually pretty liable to fall. I was looking through it. There's a few because the way that the seeding is based is mostly based on like 50% the most recent year, 30% the year before, and then 20% the year before that. A bunch of teams had their good result in like 2022 and are like slightly coasting on that and are about to lose it. Like for example, Australia, I think we're like 1-3-11 or something like that, right? So if they have a down year this year, it's very possible that a couple of other teams like on top of that could slide out. And then like Austria have like, I think there's just like 15 for 2020 2, but then 8 and 8. So if they can have like even a passable performance, they're very likely to keep their tier 1 seed despite being currently lower ranked than some of the better teams. So I think it'll be very interesting to see how the movement happens at the top. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff to go on here. Some of the other ones that I'm excited to see. I want to see if Canada can manage to lose all 4 of their rounds, or 3 of their rounds. I think it's just always a big thing. Canada brought like 6 Lancers. I don't know why they did that. No one made them do that, but they chose to. We've got England entirely possibly could go 1-3 in their pod. Malta, Czech Republic, and China all perfectly capable of taking it to Nas's terrible team.
Be nice to Nas.
No, I can see him down there.
This is he's in the waiting room. God, I think now is as good a time as any, especially when Nas can't say anything, to applaud England for taking the steps that they needed to root out the problematic parts of their team. I'm sure that was really painful to do, and they're going to have to eat a bit of a reforming year to do it, but they did it, and that is worthy of praise. Good job, England.
I'm excited for them, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. Yeah. It's going to be a great time. Let me tag the last 2 people to remind them to come and join us.
Who are our new teams this year, just for edification purposes?
I believe it is the UN team and Singapore and Thailand split.
Yep.
And I think and then Hong Kong I think is new, and I think we don't have Andorra that we had last year.
Singapore and Thailand split. Who gets to keep the Singapore-Thailand placement from last year?
Thailand.
Thailand.
According to
the
boo. Yeah. So, because Singapore,
Hong Kong is new as well, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Where is Singapore even in here?
Singapore's not in there. I think Thailand the team just.
I think since
just
only
Thailand.
One of the teams made it, I think maybe if both of them made it, they both would have got this seed. I don't actually know.
That's weird. Weird, right?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Who knows?
I love that France has more opponents. That's just my favorite thing.
Yeah, France actually has to play all of the games there before the pod.
Do you think France could win all of those rounds with just like if they were just like they get 6 players against each team and they just have to play like a couple of games sequentially? And do you think they could still win all their games?
I think the Italy round would probably be sketchy. The Finland round might be touch and go, but the tier 4s I think would struggle to punch up even into starting the round. I don't know. Up 40 is a lot. Like
40 is a lot.
40 is so many. You got to figure out 36. You got to average a 6 to bring it home to a draw. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. Would France get to pick the 2 players they were down? I think that's or would it have to be different every round, right? Like,
I don't know. It's too complicated.
It's random. You have to roll a d8.
Yeah, thankfully not what's happening. So.
Oh, technically it'd only be 5 players they'd get as well because they'd have to play. Yeah, they'd have to play 8 games with they'd have to play 40 games with 8 people. All right,
brutal.
I have got to figure out a slightly better way of displaying something for a second. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me for just a moment. As I do something.
That looks like it worked.
The official placement from WTC says that if both Singapore and Thailand had come, they would have determined it based off who the majority population of the team last year was, according to Ishik in chat.
That makes sense to me, actually. Okay. I am very, very nearly good to go. All right, so we have a couple things to do. The first thing is we're going to tell you what's happening with the Matrix, which has been in the works for a little bit, but we are going to have because Nathan stepped away from stat check for a bit, or stepped away from stat check, and Tyler, not Tyler,
wrong Nathan,
not this Nathan,
not this
Roberts.
Nathan, other Nathan, Nathan Roberts has stepped away from stat check, and Typhus and Pumbaa have stepped away from 40k as a career mostly, right? They're taking a bit of a break. We've brought on 3 enthusiastic young people and someone else. Well, 2 enthusiastic young people and someone else who love Team 40k, who are going to be wonderful additions to such a network. You'll have heard all of them on the shows before. They're good friends of all of us. We talk about them all the time. And we have got the wonderful... And do I get to decide which one of them is in charge of the show now, but the person I add first? I feel like that's
the first person
seems real.
that you add is in charge.
Okay, cool. We have Nassim
I have all the power.
Brian Type, and Liam VSL joining the StatCheck network in that order of power over the things that happen behind the scenes.
You hit him, Brian?
Just ruined the whole show, dude.
Just
We're going to
don't-
be taking over Enter the Matrix. We'll have some full discussions on what that's going to entail later, and we'll talk about it a bit later in the show. But we have our 3 brand new hosts, and we also have Tyler Bertel joining us, who is one of the hosts of Take All Comers, and we are going to be doing the StatCheck WTC draft. I'll get the other guys to talk about what they're doing before, but very briefly, guys, tell us about what your relationship is with the WTC this year. Nas, start us off.
Yeah, I'm playing on Team France, as you can see, this year. I'm the improved
You
God
wish.
player. No, it's fine. No, I played Team England this year as the guard player because every Seed 1 team needs one, in my opinion. It's always interesting to see everyone has one. And yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Brian, what are you doing at WTC this year?
I am handing out Hogwarts acceptance letters to young children every round, and whether they like it or not, they're going to take potions, and they're also not going to like it. So playing T
Are we allowed to not bring Brian into the network? I feel like that seems like a thing.
That was class, and it was class. And
That was a good
it's
joke.
alright. Also, I wanted very clear that the fact that we're missing one extra person to complete the circle is really bothering me right now.
Oh!
Thank you.
Yes,
Finally. Perfect timing.
Let's
Jeremy
go.
saved my
Hey,
life.
guys.
So,
Wait,
yeah,
fuck! No, I
actually,
have to fix the. I have to change the slideshow.
Excellent.
Oh,
Fuck.
poof. Slideshow be
You're
gone.
welcome.
Continue
Hey, guys.
talking about yourself, Brian. and
You
your
guys are gonna have to
role, please.
prevaricate.
Yeah,
for
you're
what
gonna give
I'm
kids what again? Potions.
No, acceptance letters. Come on, bro. Focus.
this is why Nas can't be in charge.
Damn
Yeah,
it, Nas.
that's kind of it. Now that I've had a sufficiently awkward interaction, we're going to pass it to a man who can't speak English. Liam, take us away.
So,
Damn.
but so I'm all exciting to like unlight you with my beautiful French accent during the WTC, obviously. But yeah, I'm exciting for the WTC. Try to push Belgium to seed 1 finally. Maybe we'll see, right? But yeah, little of a hill on the way in, I guess. Like the same flag color but different country. But we still have the better beer no matter what. So that's all that matters, I think, at the end of the day. But
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys have
so
done
all
a
exciting.
nice easy round against Germany, round 3, right?
Light
yeah,
work.
it's gonna be fun, right? Yeah, I mean, we've played them a lot, so it's gonna be fun. Like,
Liam,
And-
first foot forward.
It's gonna be a legendary track in Tier 1 when you take down Germany along the way. Man.
I mean, that would make me
Pretty impressive.
very happy. I'd be pretty thrilled if Germany could just go down in pod. That would simplify several of our steps through the path to victory.
I think we're all living on the what is it? The if like one team can take half, if there's like 3 teams, if like half a point gets taken off of one of them, you guys are going to be celebrating on the Saturday night, right?
Correct, yeah.
I mean, we are doing the royal way for France, right? Trying, or
All right.
maybe.
I think I fixed the backwards stuff. So let me walk through how the WTC draft is going to work this year. So we have 8 wonderful people. I have seeded everybody in the draft based on how good their country is doing at WTC this year. So the lower your seed is, the better you get. That's why I get to put myself in 2nd place. 3rd place now that Jeremy's joined. So we'll be drafting. So and then Nathan is obviously not affiliated with the team, so Nathan will get the stars off. Everybody is going to get to pick 4 teams from the WTC: 1 seed 1 team, 1 seed 2 team, 1 seed 3 team, and 1 seed 4 team. We will be snake drafting. So we'll be going from seed 1, seed 2 to seed 3, so on, and then seed 8 will then go backwards from there. You are not required to draft in seed order. So if you want to draft a pool 3 seed first because you think there's one better pool 3 seed that's better than everyone else, feel free to snipe in whenever you want. So we have got the ability to pick however you like from the set. So here's how it will work. Nathan is in 1st seat. Jeremy is in 2nd seat. I'm in 3rd seat. Liam is in 4th seat. Nas is in the 5th seat. Tyler in 6th. Brian in 7th. And Anthony, as the most important person on Team America, gets 8th seat. So you'll have the ability to draft from your seed 1, your seed 2, your seed 3, and your seed 4. Points will be determined based on how well your team performs. So if your team places first, you will receive 42 points, so on and so forth down the line. The player who has the most points on the team will win some form of stat check based applause, will like do something special for your show on the network. If it's not ours, we'll make fun of all of your shows on the network if it is ours. It's entirely in network praise for this one, and we think that that's the most important thing, is that whoever it is gets to be a little bit of a bully. So I have prepared awful thing of all of the emojis for each team's country, because it seems like the easiest way to copy and paste these ones for everyone else. So that this is the order you'll be able to select them in. And we are going to kick off. Nathan, who is your first pick? You can pick anyone from any.
One thing, Innes, are we banned from picking the country that we're from?
You cannot pick the country you are representing. Yes.
Fuck.
And Jeremy, we know that's not a cost for you, but
I don't represent a country.
Yeah, I
you
was gonna
don't. That's
say,
why you're in first.
Nathan
seat.
could take USA if he wants.
Nathan can take the USA. So Nathan,
in fact,
who
though,
is your
well,
pick?
They don't have any knives, just remember.
I'm taking France. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking France.
Okay, France.
I don't want to take the United States. That's just my positionality on it.
I'm very upset because you took my thing, so I'm just going to take the USA.
There you go. See? There you go.
You could have got that so much later. There's like 4 USA representatives in here.
Yeah, the opportunity there to just get the other 5 out of the way, and then the last 3 Americans, just one of us is boned. Y'all missed out.
I am gonna put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna take my seed 4 team straight away. Then
China.
C, China, E to 4.
China seed 4. Yep. All right. Who is up next? This is
It's
Liam. You got
me.
your first. You got your first
But
pick.
I'm gonna take my seat for 2. I'm gonna take Latvia. Straight up,
Hell yeah, dude. Nas, as our number 1 Latvia knowledger, what do you think of that seed pick?
Strong pick.
All right, Nas, it's up your pick. Up next.
Well, they took the 2 I was thinking, so I need to think now.
Morocco's not sending a team yet, right?
I'll take
that's a
Italy.
5-year plan.
There you go. Italy. Give me Italy.
Italy as a seed 2.
Seed 2.
There we go.
C2.
All right, Tyler, it's you up next.
Yeah, I think the 2 big seed 1 value picks are still very much available. I think I'm gonna grab the Swedes.
Fuck. Damn it.
I don't know why
Brian.
everyone has them wildly missing the podium in their predictions. This is their year. They got this.
All right, Brian, your pick from anywhere on the roster.
This one's tough.
You know, all the good seed 1 teams are gone.
Take Spain. They'll be the dark horse this year.
Why is there a UK flag on seat?
That is Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland do not have an emoji, so there's
Got
no
it.
That
emoji.
is-
Northern
that's
Ireland
gotta
don't
be
have an
offensive,
official
though.
flag, so there's no emoji for them.
Dude, that's great. Northern Ireland.
You're gonna get some DMs about how that's
Oh,
cool
dude.
somehow.
If they wanted a real flag, they should have had an emoji. That's as far as I'm concerned. That's the old. That's
Catal's gonna show up
Halsey's
at his
gonna
house.
find you in your sleep.
They
Yeah.
have like
I'm
the
gonna
best
take,
flag in the UK.
I'm going to take Poland.
all right. Brian takes Poland. Anthony, that puts us on you. You get the
Me
rare
twice?
option here. You get 2 picks. Go for
Okay.
it.
Let's go with Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Boring.
Take Belgium. Do the real Sophie's choice.
Oh,
One way or the other, he wins.
am I going to give a bonus point to anybody whose team beats one of their other teams? No, that seems like way more tracking than I want to do.
The only reason that's worth doing, because even if the Belgians stumble against the Germans, they just go into the X1 bracket post-pod, where Liam will lay waste for several rounds before that corrects itself. I'm sold. Belgium.
All right, Brian. Up next is you again.
I think I'm going to take Thailand.
Good choice. Good choice.
Tyler just dying inside.
So mad.
Which
So
one's the my
mad.
flag? Fuck.
No,
I couldn't-
Where we
It's
going?
it's third from the right.
I couldn't, in good conscience, take a team with Isaac on it.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
They
All
got
right,
Ash.
Tyler.
You're not wrong. All right, I'll take the Kiwis then.
Ah, damn. I was hoping, but I knew they wouldn't last.
They're not
All right, now
18th pick.
The Boom Decker Snazwagon, dude. Give me Spain.
Yeah, man! Let's go!
That's good.
All right, Liam.
Strong move.
So I'll take Denmark then as seed 2. Me. Still no seed 1.
Guys, I'm starting to get a little heart.
Oh, yes,
Alright.
Scotland's there. I forgot.
Well, I'm not taking fucking England now, then, am I, Nos?
Well, I was gonna
I-
take you, but then I was talked into this Belgium-Germany gambit.
I'm
you
going to
see?
take Australia. I have faith. I get to pick again before Nos does, before Liam does. I can take my seed 3, my seed 2 seed now. So I will grab. Let's go with. I got faith in Ireland.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ireland had the straightforward pod, didn't they?
Yep. All right, Jeremy. All you.
Oh, good. I'm going to take Scotland
Oh, thanks.
Son of a bitch. Damn it.
because I knew that Nathan would grab it if I didn't on the right way back.
Jeremy, do you reckon you can get the third? Jeremy, do you think you can get the third Chaos Cult team on here as well?
I can try.
If you get Luxembourg, you get the third Death Guard with the Knight.
True.
All right, Nathan, you have your next 2 picks.
This is a good question. This is life. I actually need to think about things a little, which is terrible.
All right, let me put you back on this one so you can have a look at what's gone, and
Thank
then
you.
I'll send you back.
This is where I have to remember what flags are for a second as well, which is a problem.
Sorry, Stat Check presents Fun with Flags is my favorite new segment.
Fun with flags is where my brain's like, is that Sweden or is that Norway or is that Finland? No, I'm just kidding. Damn it.
The easy way to tell is that one's in each seed.
It's true.
That's
There's
true.
one in each seed. It's all about which. I'll take Canada. We'll just take it. We'll do it.
Oh, Canada. I think you can leave that till last because no one's picked a seed 2 seed yet, so you can pick your
That's
seed
fair.
2 right at the end.
I'll pick my seed 3 and seed 4 then, I suppose. Why not? Let's just do that. Why did I do this last? Why did I do this to myself? I'll take Finland if they are still on the board for the seed 3.
No!
Tragic.
Seed 4. Somebody took China already, right? If I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
I picked China.
Damn it, son of. Let's take South Africa for the seed 4.
All right, South Africa goes.
Damn it.
Who's Mike?
Jeremy?
Jeremy.
You've got
not
your
mine.
third pick.
Yeah, 3 and 4 is still wide open, so I know there's gonna be almost nothing left in one of those on the way back to me. Oh, we're just gonna take the third Chaos Knight and Death Guard.
Nice.
How much of an impact does the fact that you actually know which flag you're picking impact your decision? Because it's pretty high on my decision making process at this point. It's like, I know that flag. I'll take that.
That's all that should be determined by it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Liam, I'm getting in under you. I'm gonna take Australia just in case.
Oh. You let
So
my
Liam has the
baby
last
sing
seed
for
1
me then.
pick.
Yep, Liam can leave it all the way to the end now. He doesn't have to touch it.
I guess
so.
England, Austria, or the Netherlands.
I'm not hurt, guys. I promise.
all the talk about England being reformed, and we're just like, nah.
Yeah, reform doesn't mean good.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
look, I would much prefer to play them now, but I would be much more inclined to pick them in a draft before.
Valid. Also, ow. You made Naz cry.
They don't have Vic, dude. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Oh.
can't pick without Vic. That's true.
That's right. That's the rules.
Yeah, but Vic thinks Thousand Suns are bad.
That's because he's not playing for WTC
Vic
this
didn't
year.
think
He'd be
Thousand Suns were
spinning
bad when
Magnus
he
wings
did
around
the
crushing
pre-event.
nerds if he was.
All right, Liam, you got your pick.
So I'm gonna take Greece for seed 3.
Ooh, interesting choice. It's a good choice.
Were the Greeks the ones last year who could not understand how they were seed 3 when we did our captain's interviews?
Dude, they made us sweat, so
They put in a hell of a lot of work,
Right.
so good for them.
I know they're working hard, so
That
Even
They
if they're
almost-
missing
they
a star
almost-
player.
They almost drew us last year. So
Yeah, we had a
it was
really good round
difficult
of
round.
as well. They're a good bunch of guys.
Knox on Jolene. There's no England drum, but we're just making fun of Nassim.
Yay.
It's his pick though, so he gets to make fun of the right now.
I'm going for my seed 3, the Czechs. There you go. They somehow managed to draw Germany last year, so let's go for a
Powerful
Czechia
team.
was a hell of a round last year for a lot of teams.
There you go.
Mhm.
I'm not worried about Pot at all, I promise.
It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great.
I've got a seed for China. It's fine.
All right,
Who's your
Tyler.
pool two?
Malta.
Yeah, that was. Czechia was definitely
All
my
right.
pick. I know you said I can't pick Americans, but does that mean I'm not allowed to pick South Korea either?
No, you can pick South Korea.
Oh,
No, with Czechia off. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll take South Koreans. Go for it.
It's going much better than the year that I forgot what seed half the teams were. All right, Brian, I believe it's you.
So I'm really torn here, okay? Because I want to take Iceland because I think it's the best pick. But I also want to make sure when this gets shared that Northern Ireland catastrophe persists. So I think I have to take Northern Ireland here. So I'm going to take it.
reasonable, fair.
That's totally fair.
Nice.
All right, Anthony, finish us off for your comp. What's your 3 and 4?
Easiest Iceland of my life. And then someone who had an
slow play pod.
and then
God.
someone who had an education external to the United States tell me who's left in seed 4.
Okay, so that is Hong Kong, the United Nations, Cyprus, Portugal, Israel, Slovenia, and
You
Bulgaria.
gotta take Cyprus, man.
I'm gonna go with Portugal.
Oh, back in Gustavo. That's Nas's pick gone too.
Backing Ricardo. Gustavo's just there.
Totally fair. All right, Brian, you've got your seed 4.
I think I have to go with. You know what? The Bulgarians are awesome. They're going to Bulgaria.
That's Hungary, not Bulgaria.
Hungary. I don't want Bulgaria. Hungary then. Because I'm not. I'm going to take. Hong Kong.
I don't know what any of these flags are either.
Take Hong Kong. Take Hong Kong.
Oh, I was wondering how long it would go before someone said something and Ishik pointed out in chat almost right away.
Look, they're basically the same flag. I don't know how.
It's a
anyone could-
tricolor in some order. It could be any flag in Europe.
Exactly.
What did you pick, Brian? Because I don't think anybody heard you.
I picked Hong Kong.
There you go.
All right, Tyler, your seed 3.
Is that Chad? No, I think it's Romania. No, I'll take the Swiss. It's a little vexillology joke for those of y'all.
That was a
Pay
lot
attention.
of stuff.
All right, Nas.
The United Nations.
You can't pick England.
Who is the UN team?
The UN team this year, I think, is just Mercs.
It's a smattering of
just Mercs.
absolute heroes, is who the UN team is.
That's
Mhm.
Usually there weren't an odd number of teams.
England light.
All right, Liam, who's your seed 1 pick?
So not Netherlands, no chance. Sorry, guys.
Fair enough.
It's making me feel real good about my pod.
City Warriors is too damn many.
Austria
So-
seems like a good value pick.
It's because Austria has a pretty easy pod, I think.
Yeah, but I think little Nassim over there will make stuff happen, right? Maybe.
No,
You sure
he
you
will
just
cry
find
if
him
you
hiding
don't
under a
pick him.
table.
And not so
Hey.
cry if we don't
I've never
pick
seen so
England.
many early event losses in a Naden jersey in my life, dude.
Oh.
Fine.
I'll
Picking
pick
England,
England.
Liam?
I'll take England. I'll take England.
Ah,
He's did it!
that's my boy. That's the boy.
You're welcome.
I
My hero.
I'm gonna back my boys in Wales.
No!
Dragon flag.
They've got the
Damn it.
best flag, and that's what I'm going for. All right, Jeremy.
That's Slovenia is left, right? No, that's Croatia?
I think that's Slovakia.
Slovak?
God,
It's
many
one of the Balkan countries. I'm going to get in trouble for this one way or the other.
Oh no, you fool!
Slovakia.
Romania? Oh, is that powered by rocket fuel? Yeah, we're grabbing them.
There you
Rocket
go.
fuel.
Romania. Yeah.
That was my favorite because they changed
I
it.
think
Wait,
that's the wrong
that's not Romania.
That's not the
I
right
was gonna say
one.
that's
Okay, I can't count.
Romania.
Romania is the red, yellow, blue.
This is Romania.
Yeah.
Sorry, you mean the blue Belgium?
Blue Jim.
Look, like, dude, you telling me it's not?
Like I said, it's tricoloring. It could be any nation in Europe.
All right, Nathan, finish it out. Who is the
I'm gonna
least? Who is
take-
the most? The least? Third, the last insulted.
Surely
I'm gonna
Norway.
take Malta. Oh,
Fuck yeah.
Pick Malta.
Just
Sorry,
just
Norway.
knife stabbing Nos on the way out with the last pick, dude. You picking his pool 2 seed. Rude.
No Patrick, no pick. All right,
They're gonna
guys.
win their
Here's the real
pool.
challenge.
That's what it is.
Nathan, which 4 teams did you draft?
Which I drafted
Yep.
France.
Go on. Tell me the
Malta.
4 teams.
I France. No, it's really
That's
more.
okay.
Can I read it on my screen because it's so tiny right now?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's France, Malta, South Africa. Fuck.
That
It
doesn't make it
Why did you
easier,
make it
Dennis.
smaller.
I didn't make it smaller. What is that?
It's son of a bitch. It's France, Malta, South Africa, and a country with a blue cross in it, whose name I will now remember. I promise.
Greece.
It's Finland. There we go. Sorry. It took me 2 seconds to remember which cross.
I
which
tried. I
cross
didn't. I didn't
it
win
was.
on getting him to say the wrong thing.
Jeremy,
No, I
who
did
did you
3
draft?
out of the 4 and then got to the last one.
See, I took the easy way out. I just took co-host. So it was USA, Scotland, and then after that, I went Luxembourg because Jills is just an amazing fellow, and it's kind of hard to argue with the Romanians because they always have a blast.
Oh yeah, I drafted Australia, Ireland, Wales, and China. Liam,
love
Oh,
how
so
you
all
drew-
former colonies.
Yeah, I was like, you just
Nope.
drafted former colonies all across the board.
it's a British
So,
game.
yeah,
What do you want?
I took the Pira almost. I had England, Denmark, well, Greece, not Pira, and Latvia.
Nice.
Nas, who have you got?
I've got Boomdecker, Snazwagon, Pasta, Rocket Fuel, and England.
Sure.
Whatever that means. Yeah, I've got
Spain, it's Spain, Italy, Czechia, and the United Nations.
Yeah, that's what I
Tyler?
said.
Czechia, yeah.
Um,
Czechia.
I've got Sweden, New Zealand, Switzerland, and South Korea.
Brian,
Why is the Swiss flag so much smaller than all the other flags?
Because it's a
I'm not
square.
I'm not making this.
Jay,
Their flag
Jay
is a
is a
square.
very short man. He's a
That's
wee
not the
boy.
right country. What?
It's Swiss. It's Swedish, not Swiss. You say if anything, like Will King
Tyler,
is
Tyler
quite the
drafted
tall man.
Switzerland. That's why. That's how.
Oh,
right?
God.
I couldn't risk making the mistake, so I have to have them both.
Yeah.
I have Poland, Thailand, the other island, and Hong Kong.
Nice.
End of the Matrix
Other
is definitely
island,
getting
my
cancelled before it
favorite.
starts.
We're getting in a lot of trouble today.
That's good.
The other island.
All right, Anthony, who have you got?
I've got Germany, Belgium, Iceland, and Portugal. I
All right,
am
guys.
definitely gonna win.
If you are in the chat after the show, drop in what you would have drafted, who you picked, who you think has the strongest draft, and we'll be back after the event to talk about who's done the best. But before we let you guys go, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about what you guys are planning on doing with End of the Matrix as you go forward?
I'll let Liam take this one.
I mean, I don't think I heard the question because my internet is so bad today. I don't know why. But what do I want to do with? What do we do with Enter the Matrix? Okay, I mean, we're basically gonna cover some of the main events, like the main team event. One of us three at least will go, right? Like saying we plan to cover what WTC, ETC in September, some of the Alpine Cup, ITT, and like the Pyra in February, and we are gonna basically follow the lead of what it was done before, right? Follow the lead of Pumbaa and Typhus, and basically take back the show and continue on the same idea, the same sort of idea, like continue the flambeau, right? But basically, instead of enter the matrice, it will be entrer dans la matrice, no, right? Because it's basically becoming a French show, right? So
No.
Yes.
I hope every week they just like introduce themselves in French, and Brian's just like, "Hello."
They actually, the entire thing's going to be done in French, and I'm just going to be looking side to side, understanding what's going on.
Nelson, Brian, anything more to add?
No, I think Liam basically covered it, right? We'll be covering a lot of the big, well-known team events across Europe and some across the US. I think for the first episode, we were thinking of doing similar along the lines of a tier list for the different comps at WTC. So that'll be, stay tuned in for that. I will remember the ones that didn't pick England in that tier list.
I saw Anthony cringe the second you said the word, so
It's tough, dude. It's tough.
like, dude, you should see the search engine optimization numbers on the tier list episodes, bro. It's
Look, I get
something that
it.
keeps you in the shows.
I understand, but God.
Love
We
a
might
tier
do a
list.
tier list of tier lists. We haven't decided yet.
How about an Angron tier list with Molofins? That'd be a pretty good tier list.
That's good. That's as good as the tier list is gonna get.
We can do
Tyler,
it.
what's on the up and coming for End of the Matrix?
For Take All Comers.
Take All Comers. Yeah, there you go.
I feel like he's probably not super in the loop on what's coming up on End of the Matrix.
I was on the old end of the Matrix. I'm on the new end of the Matrix. No, we got lots of stuff going. We have a show going on in 24 hours from right now, where we're going to be breaking down GTs from the last weekend. I played Votan at a GT in Spain, which was hilarious. And then Lucas and Naj Ajran. Lucas ran a terrible orcs list, went 1, 2, and drop, and they'll talk all about that.
Was it Call of Speed? Is that what Nos drafted?
No, he I think he wanted a hard counter night, so he brought like triple Breaka Boys and triple Beast Nagas and tried to make that work, and then didn't play any nights all weekend, and it was terrible.
Oh,
But
that's heartbreaking.
so we've got some good tournament reviews on that. We'll talk about some WTC stuff coming up as well. I know there's been a lot of stuff that I personally have had to keep under wraps, especially about NIDS. So if you're a Tyranid fan and you want to know what I actually think about tunnel NIDS, tune in for that. We're going to rant for a long time, but it should be a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll get one more episode in as well before WTC with some more inside baseball and the preparations going into that. Maybe some Matrix stuff or something. Should be a lot of
In
fun.
about 12 hours, Tyler will be in the room next to me because he's staying with me for a week. So we'll maybe try to get some live content done when he's here as well.
Staying at Innis,
Hell
this
yeah,
place
dude.
is great. I did that the first time I ever left the country.
So yeah, keep an eye.
Looking
We
forward to it.
appreciate all you guys for dropping in and helping us out with this. If you want to hear more from any of these guys, you can check out Take All Comers and the upcoming End of the Matrix, both on the live podcast feeds and on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/statcheck. Thank you guys for being here. Looking forward to seeing all of you at WDC. And yeah, we hope you guys are as excited as we are. Make some noise down in the comments. We'll make sure they're all ready and engaged. It'll be Brian responding to all the comments. There's no way Liam and Nos do that, but
Nos will. Nos is definitely going to read all the comments, so I
Oh,
bet
yeah,
money he'll
100%.
reply to them.
We'll see.
just remember, if you let the comments affect you positively, they'll also affect you negatively. You have to
Yeah.
separate those things.
There's a reason I've never looked at our comment section.
That's
All
me. I usually do.
It's a good life out there.
I can't
All right,
be
guys. Thank you so much. We're going to return to our regularly scheduled programming, but we shall catch you all at WTC.
Bye.
I'm going to slowly start removing people.
Arrivederci. I'll remember that NS forever.
Nas, I hope you guys lose so hard. I hope you go
Did you keep Nas
You can't
just
get
long
rid of
enough
me.
to
I'm
make
too
fun of him?
Yeah, Tyler can add
You
himself
can't
back.
remove me. I'm too powerful. It's
Yeah.
great.
Let's get
God
out of here.
damn it.
Let's get this out of the way real quick. So I haven't extended this challenge yet to the wider WTC team, but if any captains would like to reach out, I am offering the same bet I offer every year, which is if a team would like to bet that they will place higher than us, I will get your country's team logo as a tattoo. But if you lose to us, you have to get ours. So clip that, share it, show it to people. Fuck them. They're not going to beat us this
Anthony,
year.
you're not even a captain though. Why would anyone take? It's got to be Lennon that takes the
Vice
offensive
captain. It's good enough.
All right. What do we want to dive into next, or are we just going to go into plugs and questions?
Let's just do plugs and questions, I think, tonight.
All right. I hope everybody's enjoying the show so far. We are about an hour in. If you're enjoying the show, it'd be really appreciated if you could do all the usual social stuff. That's likes, comments, subscriptions, blah, blah, blah. But more importantly, if you are in a position to support us a little bit more and you would like to, you can check out patreon.com/statcheck or the YouTube membership program in the description below. $5 a month gets you guys to our Discord, including all the wonderful people you just saw. You can harass them about their WTC list. You can harass Nas about his WTC team. Really just whatever you want. We actually actively encourage it. So yeah, that's patreon.com/statcheck, $5 a month. You also get in the Vibe Check League and everything else. You can bully Isaac, who's in the chat and playing for Thailand. Sorry. God, this is too many countries. I really don't know my geography very well. Otherwise, you can check out all our sponsors in the description. That's G15 Games, Wayland Yutani Terrain. You can check out Saltar Games and you can also check out Red Dragon. All those links in the description. You can find discount codes and more for all of our wonderful sponsors who help keeping us in making shows. I'm really struggling today, guys. I don't know what it is. If you'd like to see more from the network, you can check out youtube.com/statcheck. That's where you'll find all of the other shows, including Take All Comers and Where End of the Matrix will continue to be hosted, as done by the French trio. I'm gonna have to roll with it. That's what we're going with. Brian's French.
You have to get them a new logo that has like the French rooster on it or something as well.
It's just the end. Doesn't the Matrix have a logo at the moment? I feel like that's never a thing we did. It's End of the Matrix, but instead of being like green and black for the binary ones and zeros, it's like red, white, and blue for the French flag.
It also works.
It's the tricolor matrix.
Works for
it's red, white, and blue for Anthony. For Brian for America. You're American. My brain just went no.
Oh fuck, dude.
Sorry, dude. It's been a week.
It's been a day apparently for NS in particular.
It certainly has been.
Yeah, my hours of sleep the last 2 days were 12 because before that it was like 3, 2.5, 5 or something like that. So
it's certainly a time of year that we volunteer to take part in.
But it's gonna be okay because this year we're gonna win.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, I'm just saying, if you win, you never worked with Scotland before you won.
That's true. That's true.
Results-based analysis, right?
Yeah. That's okay. If we win, then it'll be on the decision of leadership that isn't me for next year because I'm gonna be fucking doing something else.
Reasonable
Totally
and fair.
fair.
That's not true. The siren call of the back-to-back will get me for at least one more year.
You need to do 4, right? For 4 to beat Germany.
I don't know. 2 is good enough. If I get 2 in a row, I would go for the 3rd, and if we didn't get it, I'd be like, that's all that. Yeah, it's fine. No one's back-to-back in the WTC, so
that is fair. Yes, there are no stats this week, unfortunately. We will be back with regularly scheduled stats next week. Right. Last thing I need to plug, if you want to work with any of our coaches, that includes Liam in the team and myself and Tyler and also a few other people, you can check out stat-check.com/coaching or drop us an email at coaching@stat-check.com. We'd be more than happy to work with you. Drop us a message. As far as other content that we were on this week, Nathan, you were on Art of War Down Under. Do you want to tell us a bit about that again, just very briefly, while we're doing plugs?
I was on Art of War Down Under's essentially like quarterly tier list kind of setup where we look at how teams have changed or how factions have changed across the quarters. So we updated everything essentially for chapter approved 25 missions. So if you listen to part 1, that's what's there. And then if you join Adam's Patreon, you can get part 2 or me and mostly just talk shit. So there you go. It was a good time. I recommend everybody go watch it. I thought it was pretty funny.
Hell yeah. And I have a Gene Star Cults at WTC analysis coming out tomorrow, which should be live at 12 UK, 7 a.m. Eastern. So if you'd like to keep an eye out for that, that would be much appreciated. Otherwise, there'll be even more content coming this week. We have a Mind Goblins at WTC episode that'll be recording next week with Alex Fowler and Sean Robertson of Team England and Team Scotland, who are both going for Mind Goblins. So that'll be the Mind Goblins content for this month. Otherwise, I think that's the longs and shorts. Let's go on to questions. Nathan, are you going to handle this, or do you want me to do it?
I got it. The way to get your questions answered, as is always, is to either ask a very super interesting question in YouTube, which we will try to get to, but guaranteed answers to your questions are either by making a super chat, in the YouTube chat or by joining the Patreon and adding them to the questions channel for this week's episode. I will try to filter through the chat, but for the most part, we usually only get to super chats and to the questions thread on the Patreon Discord. So let's start off with, I think all of these are from last week that are in here right now. Nope. Okay. Somebody asked when ELO will be updated. We are working on trying to get a more regularly scheduled update for ELO and everything. We should have an update that's only a couple weeks old at this point, but we're working our best to get everything updated for y'all. Thank you, ArcMay, for that chat. Ben Jurek, who I think gets these because he's been a member for so long, for 6 months specifically, said, "Aw, crap, I was sick and slept through most of the show. What did I miss?"
That's definitely from last week.
That is definitely from last week. All right. Next one is from Ben Jurek, which was $4.99, which says, Art of War has placed me in IK for an 8-man event this weekend. That's also from last week because that event happened. Where is this week's stuff?
Are you on the start?
I am in starred. Yeah, it shows me.
I can see
everything.
so I have one from James Van Lange for $5 New Zealand saying,
Oh man,
"Kitty."
I have the
points
one
to
from
pick-
before that. From it just gives me times on my screen, so I see
Okay,
from Cattle. Okay,
that's
thank
the
you,
first
James
one.
Man yeah, thank you, James Man Langet, for the $5 New Zealand for Kitty.
Hey, Pickles.
Then that one guy, $4.99.
We
thank
did that
you.
one already, but thank you, John.
Did it? Thank you to Nas for funneling money through us for how much to pay Anthony or Nick. How much to play Anthony or Nick at
Anthony or-
WTC? My
Nathan,
brain
are you
did not-
struggling as much as I am today?
I am now, apparently. Damn it, Innes.
I think it might be. I think it might be like digitally transferred.
Fuck. How much would Nas need to pay to play you or Nick at WTC, Anthony?
Several grand.
There you go. Several grand is the answer.
Just because you'd have to be playing against Nas, and it's miserable, as we all know.
True. Thank you to Doblos for the 10 SGD. Cam on England, score some fucking differentials.
No, it's come on, England, score some fucking differentials.
Thank you for doing that, Innes. I didn't have the heart to do it. Thank you to Cattle for the £5. Team Northern Ireland to destroy Sweden tourney for shits and giggles. Let's go. See you in 3 weeks, baby.
Can't
What
wait
I
to
got.
see you, Cal. It's going to be great to have you out. All right. Let's
All
do
right, in-
Discord questions.
Into Discord questions. First question is from Ben F, which says, the Scotland of Blood Angels list looks really cool. Would it translate well to GW terrain or would it need changes?
Bro, it's just jump packs and running at people. It translates to every terrain. If you hit your opponent so hard they don't notice, it doesn't matter if you're in the open afterwards. Guns are for cowards.
Guns are for cowards. Love it. Frank has the next question, which is, did Iceland overcook with Black Templar? PCs still seem too expensive relative to their output, and the meta being hostile 3-1 infantry seems like bad news bears for bricks of 2-wound infantry.
I think that list is going to require some princessing and pairings, but will be very good when it gets that. But it does, it does have some odd. It's an odd choice, right? Like Primary Crusader squads are not what they were last year. The metagame is much better to deal with it. But yeah, I think for like the world of running that many melee infantry people, like I think that team also has they have the Corn Berserker Demonkin Brawl-Deers doing like some of the same kind of stuff, right? Annoying melee infantry with awkward rules to deal with. I could see it working out. I think it's an interesting choice, but I think there's a degree out here of you're probably not going to beat teams that are higher seed than you as a pure 3 seed by doing the same thing everyone else is doing and trying to catch them out on a slightly different angle that people aren't expecting, gives you at least an edge that you can try to exploit there, right?
Yeah. Same but worse is bad. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Frank's next question is, given that GW will occasionally use WTC/Warmaster results to inform balance changes for signals, Rip Black Tide, do you think all the EC lists being basically the same 9 datasheets in slightly different configurations may spur some more drastic change for them in order to encourage list diversity? Or will we end up with point hikes on all those units because everyone is taking them? Does that book have more than 9 datasheets? Yeah, that was what my question was, is like, where's the other datasheet going to come from? They only have like 10 to 12 datasheets.
I think Emperor's Children are completely reasonably balanced after the recent changes. They are just not the best thing to do in a night metagame. They are a thing you can do in the night game, but they are not the best thing you can do. So you have to be very excited about Emperor's Children to want to bring them over the other things that are also quite good in 98 games and are also powerful. Lennon's very good at Emperor's Children and is excited about them and wants to play them. Not a lot of other people were. But I don't think there's anything wrong with them.
Fair.
Yeah. They're really good.
The-
They're really fucking good right now.
Jeff Death Company Forklift asks, was this a psyop or is my tinfoil hat on too tight? And it references something from the content discussion, which is Wraithguard next to Pickles.
Your tinfoil hat was on too tight.
Too tight, buddy.
Also, thank you for continuing to have my favorite username of all time. John has the next question, which is, are the differences among the host of Ascension lists true tailoring for the pairing process / team employment, or just tinkering around the edges / missing the mark?
Do I have the video for you coming out at 12 UK time tomorrow, or 7 Eastern, or 4 a.m. your time, John? I'll be there waiting when you wake up. Me saying how 4 people copied me exactly and 7 people tinkered around the edges and missed the mark.
Love it.
It's not quite that. I talk about some of the reasons why. Mostly, I think people have this weird idea that you have CP to spend in Host of Ascension that allows you to run melee units, and then tried to do that, and then will very quickly realize that you don't get to do that, and that your rapid ingress should be on 20 neophytes that are going to flip an objective. Joke's on you, I'll be up when it drops. Hell yeah, John.
Next one is from Typhus, which is, what dumb tattoo bets will Pumbaa and Brian Sipe take this year?
I mean, anyone is welcome to take my stupid tattoo bet, so we'll see.
Pumbaa's doing coverage with War Games Live this year, right?
Yes.
Pumbaa and Typhus decided to jump on War Games, so I have to imagine that it's going to be abject misery for anyone who decides to take a bet with Pumbaa, because he can control the entire narrative. That's
true.
It's the static difference, baby.
There you
Brian Sipe, where's the Scuffalo? We'll make sure we pass that along to him, because I want to see that goddamn tattoo too. And I think every 6 months he doesn't get it, you should get to. He has to like move to a slightly more obvious place until
adds
it's
another
2 more years
Scruffalo.
on his forehead.
Yeah.
No, we just keep adding more Scruffalo to the herd. So every 6 months, another Scruffalo tattoo has to be added
What
to
the
it.
fuck's a Scruffalo, Nathan?
I don't know. The Scuffalo. Sorry, Scuffalo.
There you go.
My fault.
God
My
damn
mistake.
it, Nathan. Fuck.
Whatever. God damn it. Leave me alone.
Unbelievable.
Pius says the next question is, do you guys want to be approached at WC/War Masters? If so, in which capacity?
Just come say hi. Just make sure you introduce yourself first.
Yeah, look, if you come up to us, just use your name for anyone. Just the first, if it's the first, even if we've met before, just unless we've met a lot of times, names help.
Yeah.
No, just come say hi. If it's like the middle of our turn, War Masters or WTC, maybe don't. But other than that, like whatever, man. We're just people.
Yeah, maybe not at WTC. I might not be mean on purpose, but I may also not hear you at all.
Between rounds is totally fine.
Yeah.
In the queue at the bar, totally fine.
Yep. At the bar late at night after rounds, go do that. Say hi to everybody.
At lunch,
Right.
totally fine. Whatever.
Next question is from Isaac, which is, my poor American self has never traveled internationally to Europe or otherwise. Any advice or things I should plan / look out for?
Be ready for the everything to be better in general most of the time.
People are generally much more picky about their personal space and not talking to strangers in public in Europe as compared to America. Don't just like randomly start chatting to people on the street and stuff. You'll get weird looks.
Also, just like be polite to people. American tourists have a bad reputation, and it's good to just not be part of the bad reputation and to just be polite, and kind of learn a little bit about the country that you're going to and the places that you're staying, so that you know what's going on. Yeah, like try your best to not be a typical American tourist and try to set yourself aside from that. It's pretty easy. Yeah, pretend to be Canadian is a good piece of advice, Willow Weeks. Pretending to be Canadian is good. That's a good option. Isaac's second question is, which team / player is going to do the most shit talking? Innis.
Probably me, yeah.
It's usually Ennis, yeah.
It's just Innis.
Look, I don't have a lot of competitive advantages at this tournament. I get to pick. I get this one.
Fair and reasonable. Second question from Isaac, or third question from Isaac is, what have I done to receive the shit talk about me? I don't know, Isaac.
What
The
haven't
problem is
you
that
done?
You take it really well, so
Yeah.
you're just an easy target. Like, if you were like less magnanimous about it, you'd get shit talk less.
It's true.
True. The last question from Isaac is: since I am clearly a better teams player than Nas, how come I'm not on the new show? And if I do better than him, can I have his spot?
Let's
You would
not
need
get
to,
carried away.
You would need to deal with that with Nas.
If England was 8 of Nas, then I would be much quicker to bet on them. But they're not. As no one has figured out
all
that
I'm gonna
technology yet, to the great
And to the great benefit of humanity.
of society.
All I'm going to say is you could maybe convince Nas to make some kind of crazy bet for that if you tried hard enough.
You
But I
might.
will also say that we probably won't honor some kind of bet like that since it's our network.
I hear Francois takes
Sure.
bets about whether he'll do better than someone. You should try with him.
Nos definitely honors his bets.
That is true. Tatters 1717, thank you for the £5 super chat. With last week's predictions leading to this WTC meta, what fixes agents to become a proper army for a full quota of codexes attending without nuking it? Give them an army rule for fuck's
dude,
sake is the biggest thing. They need a
give
fucking
agents an
army
army
rule.
Like, just well, for one thing, for starters, we're not using the FAQ that says that like their infiltrate stuff works a little better than it used to, which like actually has me kind of being like, maybe I should look at that as like a thing to play when I'm not playing host, because it sounds kind of fun. Because I think that adding even more infiltrate to the army could make it an interesting swinging army.
I think it's okay for them to just be bad.
I think it's okay for them to be bad, but if the goal was for them to not be, I think you need to give them an army roll and like a little bit of extra damage and a couple data sheets. That it can become a little more expensive for it, but just a little bit more extra, like some damage to shooting, so a little bit of longer range output that isn't just like play Canis Rex, because that's its own bag of worms.
It very much reads to me like a thing that was designed for Crusade play, so just like let it live there.
Sure.
I agree, but
think
that's
it
not what the
needs an
question is,
army
right?
rule. Yeah. If we want it to be played in singles, it just needs an army rule. And you probably could do some more leveraging points cuts between the allied versions of datasheets and the non-allied versions of datasheets to make.
Bro, some of those assassins are real expensive when they're run as pure, even when they're run as pure.
Yep.
I don't think a Calidus in outside of the book might be worth 100, but a Calidus in the book. What strats you stopping them using, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
What strats do they need?
Yeah. And honestly, the detachment rules could use some tweaking so that they actually are functional detachment rules, but that's neither here nor there. Next question is from Willow, which is Drukari in 2025? ?
Dark Lances and Haywire is pretty good.
I think their given pilots are very talented, I think is how I would put it.
You can still play MSU shitters in that army and have Dark Lances doing stuff, and you'll probably be fine.
Scar is still a real person.
Yep. Just go see what Scary is doing and try to replicate what Scary is doing, and you'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Max A has a couple questions. Why the flippity frog are there so many Gene Stealer cults?
Look, I am so sorry.
It's all Innis's fault. The army's good though, right? Like it's a good faction if you have the right person to pilot it, is my opinion on it. I don't think Innis or Anthony can really answer this in too many details.
Yeah, I think like Drakari they're solid. They're totally fine. There's a few really good people on them. They're an army that attacks the metagame in a different direction that not a lot of people are used to, and that has a competitive advantage. God, Anthony's playing World Eaters, right? It's not because they're broken. It's because he's good at them.
That's true.
There's plenty of
Angron really-
factions that are good with good pilots.
I have a model in my army that should come down 50 if he wants to be viable for like general use play.
Same.
But he does a job, and thus there he is.
Fair. The second question is, you're telling me that I won't just get free wins because my opponent has never played against this faction? I assume for Gene Stealer Cult, I think that stopped being true when they got more popular more recently, right?
No, it's still 100% true.
Yeah,
No,
Nobody knows what the fuck this army does. It's very
All right,
fun.
and then the last one was, also suppose you guys ended up being responsible for a composition of a WTC team you murk for. Hypothetically, 10 minutes before list up, one of your players, without consulting the captain, despite your explicit opposition, changes not only their list, but their faction. You feel like this leaves you with a gaping hole in answers to an archetype that is even more prevalent than you anticipated. Hypothetically, would it be vindictive to still jam them in the same matchups, even though they now have worse odds of getting points? Or do you see an alternative solution rather than just throwing someone else under the bus? Hypothetically, of course.
That sucks, man.
Do you be petty?
You should probably not be petty, and you should parity your matrix. Also, you should know that the captain. I did this last year. I just sat and like refreshed all my players' lists right before submission and had all of them in a paste bin just in case, because I had minor worries about one player. I was like, let's just make sure. You captain could have just done that, and it would have been fine. I realized it was like 8 in the morning for South Korea, and it would have been like 8 in the morning for South Korea
I
submission.
mean, this was Max. Oh, was Max playing for South Korea?
Max is playing for South Korea, yeah.
Got it.
Like, dude, you got to just play to the matrix you have, right? Like, it sucks, but the player ultimately is going to be more excited for the army that they're playing. Hypothetically, that's at least something. It's best I got.
And John asks, predictions on highest scoring individual and army. Who will be protected in pairings? I'm just
I think it's going to be Tanker. I think Tanker's going to get like a 130 something.
I think it's going to be Brian.
Brian on T-Suns. I'm saying Tanker on World Eaters.
Otherwise, it's going to be whoever.
The high scorer. Or maybe Olivier. Nah, Tanker. There's no way they're not just like babying 80 Gorn Berserkers into any list that can't deal with 6-inch Violent Consolidation plus Blood Surge.
That might be true. You might be onto something with that.
Nathan?
Henry has the next question, which is
Nathan, you have to pick an army.
I said I picked Anthony.
Oh,
that was a mistake.
Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
I'm just picking Anthony just because.
Anthony's like one of those guys that, like, you know, people who like rock climbing walls indoors that have like the finger strength of like a fucking like a clamp, like that you would do, like an industrial clamp. Anthony's got that for 10s. He's just like,
no.
All right.
And this has seen it. And this has seen it live. Oh god, I'm losing. Hold the line.
I just want to see.
Anthony is the size and shape of a man built for a shield wall, and he plays like it.
That's right. That's correct. We defend the alehouse, the dwarven alehouse, from intruders.
I just want to put the energy into the universe that I want, which is Anthony getting 20 O's on people. That's just the energy I want back. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anger needs to come down 50 points for that. We just said that.
Yeah, we just talked about this.
True. All right. Henry asks, Innis brought more Molochs to WTC last year than every team in 2025 combined. Where's the love for our sneaky snacks?
Can I just say that it is batshit crazy that Games Workshop went, here is the Moloch detachment. Also, fuck you, Molochs don't work in it. And it's batshit that WTC led with that. And then it's more batshit that GW were like, yeah, no, that was intended. Like,
it's fine.
I'm mad about that, and I'll die mad about that. And I think Moloch should work in Tunnel Snakes, and it's sick and twisted that they don't. How mean is it to be like, here is a cool thing to get excited about, also doesn't work. It's not a CSM detachment, guys. It's allowed to be good.
Whoa, easy.
But you know that every CSM detachment except Bile has like, cool combo. Damn, combo doesn't work.
Yeah, damn, combo's got hands.
Fair. Frey has the next question, which is, how do y'all feel about mirror matches for the factions you play?
I've never lost a game against Gene Solar Cults in competitive this edition. I don't plan on starting.
There is no soul brave enough to pair me into an Eater's Mirror.
I reckon Bonnet would take you.
Fucking, come on then.
I just want to see it.
Come on, Tanker. Olivier's not got the balls to put his golden goose into me, dude. He saw what John did to him last year. He's not going to fucking risk it twice.
Risk it for the biscuit, man.
I don't know. The Space Wolf mirror seems miserable. That's all I'll say. That just seems like a terrible.
The GSC mirror match is hilarious because everything dies in a heartbeat. So
yeah,
you don't get to use Red Runners. So
God. The next question is from Ian Smith, which is, Anthony, did you really take Angron, or is that a typo?
Oh, it's a typo. Fuck. I took Angron? No! Fuck.
That was meant to be 6-8 man and 120 spare points.
Oh, damn it.
Damn, you could have hurt a knight almost.
Yeah, I could have injured something. I don't know.
Lucas has the next question, which is, how do you go about starting another faction to play? Picking another has been a huge question mark, and unsure whether I should look for something familiar or dive off the deep end and test something entirely new?
Do you kind of want to decide if you want to play something that's like gameplay similar, mechanically different, or mechanically similar, gameplay different, or both, right? It's like, where are you looking to diverge? Do you want to play, if you're playing a fast melee army that uses like hammer units, which aspects of that do you like the idea of keeping? Which aspects are you looking to change? And then look for armies that have similar styles in one area that you enjoyed, but like diverge in a different place. Or go for like, hey, I'm like actively looking to try to change all of it, and kind of look for where on the matrix of like army compositions you're looking to change to, and then go from there. But like identify the things that make you want to play it first, and then go, oh man, I love playing my world eaters, but it's because of X, Y, and Z, and then take the things from that and then go from there. Whatever you pick something you like looking at is I don't like that advice, because ultimately you have to enjoy playing it more than you enjoy painting it. And like, if the goal is to play with it, like pick something that you're going to enjoy playing first. You will handle the models. You can print stuff, you can convert stuff, you can do whatever you got to do to have stuff that looks the way you like it, but getting it to play the way you want is more important for me.
I need a little bit of both things, because I do have to like gear up my hobby motivation in order to like actually paint stuff for the most part. But
I have a lot of models I don't like in my garage.
it's fair.
But like, once you spend enough time with it, I almost find I just end up liking it anyway. So I love my Desolation Marines, and it's not because they're glorious models, it's because they won me so much money.
And then Jonathan has the next question, which is, do you think there would have been as many Space Wolf teams if the Iron Priest nerf had been in play? Probably not.
Nah, I don't think it would have been as many swaps as you think. A lot of what they're looking at in power there is stuff like Thunderwolves and the Terminators and the early Deep Strike with Logan and the Vectora. The guns is like part of it, but there are ways to make the guns work without being specifically the guns you're having. Like there are versions that are playing like the Annihilators, the Ballistic Dreadnoughts. It's not that much worse to play Lancers that still get almost all the same benefits out of just the one shot, because they're a little more consistent high damage, but you just play different chassis instead. Or you play like the Pred Destructor instead, because one of its guns already has rapid fire, and who cares? So you're like, cool man, I get 3 las cannon shots and this. Or you just don't play the Iron Priest at all, and you still play Space Wolves, and it's still fine. You just cut for 1 extra tank. Like, okay, not that big a deal.
I've been playing post Iron Priest nerf, and I still take 1 for stuff, but I don't take 3 anymore, and I take fewer vehicles and play Stormlance now. It's good.
Might as well hit Moonstrat. Good, as it turns out. Who'd have guessed?
Being able to advance and charge like 21 inches is also quite a vibe.
That doesn't sound right. I think Citation needed for that one, but
okay, fair. fair enough. All right. Next question is from Eric, which is, what's up with the Knight in Death Guard? Can you explain the list/point? Just teams or singles as well? I don't think
totally viable in singles. The Knight is just, it shoots real hard. It adds a lot of range that Death Guard don't have, because it's 70-inch range. The Mortarian's Hammer buff synergizes incredibly well with it, effectively being +1 AP and +1 to wound a lot of the time against a lot of the targets you're going for. Anything toughness 10 or 11, it's +1 to wound against. That's a lot of the metagame right now. There are a lot of things that it preys on. It adds a lot of volume shooting that the army doesn't have naturally, right? Death Guard does not have a ton of like long range volume. And yeah, it also adds towering, which is really good for like dealing with certain kinds of armies that like standing behind walls. We think it's really good. That's the long and short of it.
It's double battle cannon, right?
Yeah, it's double battle cannon. I think it's just like mathematically better at shooting than anything you can put in Death Guard, and synergizes better with Mortarian's Hammer, because it's a thing that doesn't need the Lord of Virulence to do damage.
Yeah. Goran asks, Anthony, why not 80 Berserkers?
A lot of reasons. So, I spent more than 2 weeks trying to write a World Leaders list. I tried it, and it wasn't very good. I think, all right, so like, I think if you look at the lists that were taken by teams, you could see a pretty obvious, clear divide into the armies that tested against lots of blast and damage 3, and the ones that decided those weren't good for a reason and what they took and how that affects their comp, right? Like, there's probably a pretty good reason that one of the people that helped put Bile on the map is not himself running Bile. And it might have to do with the amount of blast, and separate to that, obviously, damage 3 that came out after that.
Yeah, I have to imagine that just like no one's ever run a squad of like Do you think anyone in Team France playing against us got a tank busters when they brought it to this meta game?
Yeah, or just like any factions Forge Fiend, or like, you know, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things that just like shit damage 3 at you, and I don't want to be on the receiving end of that as a guy playing large blocks of tactical marines or possessed. So, you know.
I love the French. Their comp is very submissive and blastable.
Yes, I would agree.
Damn. Jason K has the next question, which is: did the U.S. cook not taking either knight faction?
I think whether or not you included knights was a choice that you had to have other decisions built around. And as long as you did, it's fine. But if you didn't, it's fucking sketchy.
Look,
Yeah.
put me on this. Knights are garbage.
I don't think knights are bad. I just think
Neither do I, but it's funny and it drives engagement better if I do it this way.
Sure, fair. All right, fair enough.
Do you think knights end up being the GSC of this round of WTC, where people take a bunch of them, but people have figured out how to parent to them and they get negated in scoring? Not last.
Oh, you mean like the index year, not last
yeah,
year.
index year. Sorry, not last year. Index.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Surprised if that turned out to be.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was how it worked, right? Like, I think that's definitely possible, but I think that if you're gonna like build with that plan, you better be fucking correct.
Knights are a little easier to stumble into just like killing everything with towering than Index GSC was. Index GSC was just kind of like, oops, the opponent's mechanics fundamentally don't interact with me well. I guess I'm just fucked. Whereas Knights are a little bit more like, haha, you walked into the towering angle and got turn 1 lifted, which does present its own kind of problems, right?
Right. Yeah, there's different stuff that causes problems for, right?
That's reasonable. And then the last question is from Rickard, which is: I think there's 23 countries who took both Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights, which would be more than half. Does this fall under cooking or cooked?
I think double Knights or no Knights was the right call, and one Knight seems wrong.
Interesting. I
think
guess
if
I
you
saw
brought-
Chaos Knights as a better
I think
allied faction than Imperial
to kind
Knights,
of
but
justify that, I think if you brought one Knight, you're susceptible to like the teams that brought like 3 answers. If you brought 2, it's a lot tougher to maneuver those 3 Knight answers across 2 armies, and you're much more likely to break through with one of them.
Yep.
And if you built the Knightless right to play the mirror well, or to like be positive into the mirror, I think it gives you a lot of tools for like, all right, we're tooled for Knight fights. Whereas bringing single Knights kind of is just like, okay, you're gonna first defend your Knights into the team that brought 2 things that they knew you could first attack into Knights, or you're gonna leave it for later, and then when do you ever get to use it? And I think that's a much tougher place for solo Knights than it is for double Knights. Double Knights also gives you the ability to like, hey, you first defended X thing that's fucked by double Knights. Cool, here you go. Whereas that's not as big a thing with single Knights.
Yep,
I
agree.
And that is it for questions in the question thread.
Jeff is typing as we speak, so let's give him a second.
We'll give Jeff a second. How quickly in testing did you guys decide Infernal was the way for Chaos Knights to go?
Not quickly enough. I think we had like maybe a week of being like, oh, okay, Chaos Knights are actually real and maybe better than Imperial Knights. And then it took us some time to get there from there. But we ended up being pretty happy with our response. But we were like pretty comfortable in Lords of Dread for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Being the better of the 2. And then that kind of did not be the case. But we didn't get a ton of time with that information, I don't think.
Fair enough. And that is it. Do you want to trail us out, Ines?
Yeah. Thank you so much for everyone being with us. Nathan's going to do the 15 thing tier now. Cool,
I am going to do.
That's what I've done.
I just wanted you to like prepare.
Yeah,
I'm
that I could
fucking pull up the Excel sheet.
I know. So as always, if you want to get your name shouted out at the end of the show, it is $15 a month on our Crisp High 5 tier, which entails you to the ability to come and give us a Crisp High 5 at a tournament. If you see Nathan or Jeremy or Anthony or myself or anybody, come and give us a Crisp High 5. I should probably have some static dice with me at WTC again this year, so if you want to grab one, come and say hi. Otherwise, we're going to do the shout outs for the name now, and then I'll send us out. Nathan, take it away.
All right. This is, as Inna said, the $15 a month tier. I see people updating their stuff right now, and it's going to be really fun if you try to do that because I'm going to start it right now. And you get these call outs, and, it is what it is. All right. Thank you to Christopher. Hi, Nathan. I missed you, Irvine. Aw, that's nice, Chris. Thank you to Willow Weeks. Thank you to Dan F. Thank you to Luke Harridan's taking the subway McCarthy. I still think that's great. I think it's great that a Harridan or a Hierophant just pops out of a tunnel. Thank you to David, methodically filling out my WTC fantasy brackets. Clark. Thank you to IEAI, AIO, IER. Thank you to James H. Thank you to Colton, Dan F. Miller. Thank you to Fungus. Thank you to John V8 Gang. I am the bad knight, and you're the good knight. You're just a little goody two shoes. Good, bad. I'm the guy with, in brackets, towering and rerolls. Thank you to Cam, F. Dan, Morton, Hog Emoji. Thank you to Archon Rahal. Nothing silly this week. Just wishing everyone all the best with their events. Thank you to Josiah Gattle.
Oh, my line.
Thank you to Dreadlord Frankie. Thank you to Isaac. Better player than Nas and Gustavo combined. I will fight them in the parking lot if they disagree. Also got drafted before Innes, Nas, and Gustavo. Get wrecked, Tirada. Thank you to Please Save Us from Knights and Death Guard. Thank you to Thomas. Now taking orders for Stroopwafel liquor to be delivered at the WTC Requosion.
Yo,
I honestly
Thomas.
want
I've
some,
already offered.
but I won't be at WTC this year, unfortunately. Thank you to Steven. Do you want 18 wraiths, GW? Because this is how you get 18 wraiths, Ross. Thank you to Tom. Chicago style is not pizza, H.
It's true.
Why do you got to cause problems, Tom? Thank you to, regardless of how many were brought to WTC, I remain the most prominent Atropos skeptic. Fair. Thank you to Good Luck at WTC, exclamation point. Thank you to our sponsor of the week, Innis's short ad reads. Got a long ad? Don't. Thank you to Gucci, question mark. Thank you
Look,
to
if our sponsors wanted longer ad reads, they would send me copy to read them. Otherwise, they just say that they just give us some things to put in the description, and they get what they're given.
The funny thing is somebody then put, we, the hosts of StatCheck, collectively believe that Challenger cards are the single greatest addition to competitive 40K, period.
I think they are the single greatest competitive. They're doing the Lord's work of getting us to consider moving away from even more from tactical.
True. And then thank you to Anthony. Won't res Angron in this tournament. True, false. Also, chill on banning Forge World Innis. Damn. Period.
No.
If the thought that I won't res Angron on this event is hilarious.
Hey, your Angron might not die.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I will also say my favorite thing here is that there is still a fan fiction section tab.
I will say that
There's
the
nothing
one
in it.
time I played Anthony with Current World Eaters, I killed Angron and he rezzed the next phase.
Like, right then.
Amazing.
Anthony picked up the dice and was like, I have 10 dice to roll. Rolled the first 8 and was like, cool, he's back. No matter what those two are.
Fuck.
I put it the same way to every opponent. I asked, would you like them all at once, or are you okay with the drama
You didn't
roll?
give me a choice. You just
I
rolled
did.
8 and, no, you did not.
Yeah.
You just rolled 8 and 2.
Yep. The eight provided, the 2 did not need to. Dad came back. Easy game.
And that is everything. So thank you, everybody, for watching us today. And
All right, guys, we appreciate all of you. If you are at a tournament this weekend, the very best of luck. I am at a practice weekend. Most of us, you're boot camping this weekend, Anthony, right?
I will not be on next week because I will be in Florida, and I may randomly end up on some Art of War content if they can wrangle me for that while I'm there. We'll see.
Hell yeah. I'll be on as normal next week. I hope everybody has a great time. We'll catch you all next one. We'll try to be more awake with better knowledge of flags and all that good stuff. Nathan, say the
it
thing.
won't happen.
Bye-bye.